The 6'4" junior, number 2, Tyler Beckwith. The 6'1" senior, number 3, Eagan. The 5'9" senior, number 21, Jonathan Schwab. The 6'2" senior, number 25, Robbie Conover. And a 6'5" sophomore, number 35, Cole Wilson. The Tigers' assistant coaches are Shane Wyatt, AJ Dubek, and Kevin Alexander. The head coach.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Pat Dorsey, along with Dan Hulk here. Eagan, Dan, is hosting Farmington tonight. Farmington comes in here with a similar record as Eagan. They're sitting at 9-7 overall and 3-5 in the conference. Eagan, of course, is 10-7 with a victory. 3 out of their last 4 games, Eagan has won. Lost it. Kind of a tough game last week or earlier this week with Lakeville South, where the ball just didn't drop for them. But Eagan is at 10-7. In the conference, 4-5, and we're 2 teams, Dan, that are kind of right in the middle of the pack of this conference.
Should be a good matchup tonight, looking at the records, and of course, it's the time of the year where you've got to begin to determine wins like this will either move you up the conference ladder or bump you down. So really important.
Yeah, and so both teams are missing a guy. Charlie Burke for Eagan is home with the flu. Trevor Searing had it the last game we had the announcements. I think they were maybe hot tubbing together or something like that, and and Charlie's got the flu bug tonight. So Charlie, if you're watching, we miss you. let's root on the Eagan for victory here. But Farmington's got a guy out, and this is a significant loss too, just like Charlie can hit a three-pointer in that deadly corner. But Herntzer for Farmington is one of their leading scorers, and he's out tonight with a sprained ankle, according to Theron Johnson, the head coach over at Farmington. Slips around in a quick shot here by number 35. That's Stoneberg. Cole Wilczek. And he gets the scoring as a sophomore here for Farmington.
Well, he made that look easy.
Yeah, he got some free space. I don't know if we missed a trap or a switch opportunity, and he was able to get all alone there on the top of the free throw line and knock down the free throw. We got a whistle here, need off, and not really sure what the whistle was, but it's going to stay with Farmington. Was it
well, that was unusual.
Kick, maybe?
Must have been a kick. The referee hit his thigh on that, so I thought maybe it was a foul, but it looks like maybe a kickball.
Yep, just a kickball. So we're just playing here, 2-0 early going. There's Wilczek spinning around Hansen, kicks it over to Schrum. Bean wheeling around to the right side. Back up top to Conover, hands off to Bean. A little long on the three-point shot by Conover, but long shot for Bean for three.
Wow.
Offensive rebound on that backside by Wilczek, keeps the ball alive.
He was halfway to Farmington.
That
one.
Well, yeah, he was. They say that his range is a locker room. I think they call Mr. Bean. Here's Schmitter. Theron Johnson very nervous about the activity that Schmitter can possess. He wants to keep Schmitter out of the lane as far as what my conversation with head coach of Farmington before. Here's Max Busley from the corner, rins out, no good. Wilczek's pretty active here as a sophomore with a bucket and a rebound and an assist on only 2 possessions for Farmington. Left-hand dribble drive in the paint, kicks it over to Conover, and he hits.
Quick timeout.
Robbie Conover knocks down that three.
Pat, tonight we'll have the opportunity to mention some sponsors that make some contributions to Eagan boys basketball and help fund some of the activities and make for a great high school experience playing basketball. So let me mention this timeout is sponsored by 4 platinum sponsors: Escape With Us Vacations, Twin Cities Orthopedics, the Urgency Room, and Chick-fil-A. So thank you for the platinum sponsors. All right, back to the game, Pat, as we take a look at an 8-zip start. What do you do coming out of this timeout to get the mojo going?
Well, I think just Kevin McKenzie is calling a timeout just to get the boys, regrouped and just not to panic and just kind of settle down, guys. They've hit a couple shots, we've missed a couple, and the game will average itself out here as we move forward. But we need to stop. We need a bucket here. I guess we got the ball going in. They're expecting a little diamond press and a little trap out of Farmington, and they'll try and trap right around half court. And hopefully we can throw under that trap, and then we'll have some opportunities. If we try and throw over the trap, then the ball's in the air a little bit long, and then Farmington can recover and get some tips. Nice backdoor cut by Oscar Kazan, kicks it out to Hansen, looked at the three, nothing there. Here's Schmitter, and we got an offensive foul on Hansen with an illegal screen. Wasn't quite set, and got that illegal ball screen on.
A good quick screen, and he was making a move to the basket, a little pick and roll, and he maybe didn't hold his position long enough.
On the court here for Eagan is the normal starting crew that we've had pretty much every game, I think, Dan, has it not? Carruthers, Kazan, Busley, Hansen, and Schmitter for Eagan.
Good core group.
And they come off the bench with Searing, who I thought Farmington kid came from out of bounds, but no whistle. Quickly ahead is Kazan, rebound there by Schmitter first. Schmitter on the top. Wheeling around, a little backdoor cut there by Schmitter. Nothing there. Busley from the top of the key, and he'll find nothing but net on that one.
Put it in the books. Eagan's on the board.
We're on the board here with 15 minutes to go in the first half. 8-3. Now they can kind of settle in and play some basketball. You start getting nervous when you haven't scored for a little while. Number 21, Schrum, is going to rim hard off the rim. Backside rebound. That's the second rebound we've given up on that backside, Dan. And then stolen away, tipped around, picked up by Eagan. Kazan, trapped by Wilczek, slows him down just for a second. Kazan in trouble, finds the release by Hansen. Now Schmitter, he'll reset the offense. Carruthers back cutting. Now in the lower levels, Dan, there's the paint drive and a basket. That's what Theron Johnson did not want to see out of Schmitter. And of course, that's what McKenzie wants out of Eagan. Got the left-hand dribble penetration off the glass and the foul.
Strong move, real strong move. And that gives us a chance to recognize that this free throw is sponsored by some gold sponsors, John Mulkern and Ballpark Realty, Eagan Arms, Eagan Traveling Basketball, Steve Madden with Morgan Stanley, Old Hughes Insurance Agency, Tradition Mortgage, Valbridge Property Advisors. Thank you for your sponsorship.
Schmitter here wraps up that three-point play. And we're back in it here, down 2, just 14 and a half to go. A little soft press here by Eagan. Gets it across the timeline to Wilczek, cross court. Got a couple substitutions in here for Eagan, or for Farmington now. Little matchup zone here, picks it up by Carruthers, 2-on-1. Gives it over to Busley and off the glass, and we got a late whistle foul. Number 3, Bean, challenges Busley, and looked like he got all ball there, but maybe when that happens, a lot of times the body is involved, and a lot of people don't see the body foul. They only kind of look at the ball, so he probably got a little body there. Busley will go to line shooting too.
I don't know if you can see this on the camera, but the Farmington head coach is asking the referee where that foul was. And I think you're right, Pat. Look clean up top, but he did get a body blow into the padding after the shot. So to me, that was pretty fair evidence.
Yeah, Busley's going up and shooting too, and we're all knotted up here at 8 apiece here with just over 14 minutes to go. Here again, back in that little zone there. We don't see zone out of Eagan for very long. The middle can be vulnerable. That first possession, I maybe wasn't looking for a zone, and maybe that's how Wilczek got so open on that first possession for that little turnaround. Working around the perimeters. Wilczek again, kicked around. That'll be a whistle. Stay with Farmington. Yeah, that's why that's open there in that middle. Wilczek's finding some space in there. And if Hansen comes up to guard him, then that leaves those low guys pretty open. Wilczek wanted to throw it there. Hansen got a foot on it. Around the corner, number 23, Todd. Baseline penetration. Leaves his feet. It's going there. Carruthers, though, is going to chase it down. That would have been over and back. And Busley had the release there from Carruthers, who really hustled down the court. And he got pushed down to the ground, and there's another foul on the floor for Farmington.
What's interesting here is we've just seen Farmington have back-to-back turnovers, and that's got to be a key contributor to Eagan getting right back into the game. Down 8-zip, now we're all tied up.
So it's a game of runs, right? So we got a couple substitutions. Jack Kruger comes into the game. We have not seen or mentioned his name. Now that might be a scenario that Charlie Burke's at home with the flu. It gives Jack a little bit of time here. Backdoor by Schmitter, nothing there. Liam Madigan in there, baseline cut off. Here's Jack Kruger on the side, spins around, nearly loses it, but picks it back up. Here's Kazan, backdoor cut Kruger, nothing. Here comes Schmitter, nothing there. Syring's in the game now. Slip around, stolen away nearly by Wilczek, picked up by Schmitter. Kazan will reset, long three. Thought he was going to reset, but he just pulled the trigger out there from about 22, 23 feet. Rims around, Farmington with the ball. Jack Kruger plays pretty solid defense out there for Eagan. Primarily a JV minute guy, and Wilczek with his second bucket from about 15 on the wing side.
Strong start to the game for number 35.
Couple of rebounds, couple of buckets. And with our sons, Adam and Wesley, we've watched Wilczek in the travel program for all those years, and we knew that he was going to be a good player.
We have. He sure blossomed. Strong varsity players as a 10th grader.
Yeah. Now here's Farmington up on top. Lou nearly lost the ball. Guarded by Madigan, kicks it out. Number 23, long shot. Todd rims around, battling for a rebound, tipped around. It's going to stay with Farmington. We're not taking care of that backside rebounding, Dan. It's about the third time that it's come off that way, and we haven't gotten it.
Yeah, I see that. I mean, it looks like the guys are locked up underneath, but can't get up and over to get that ball. So we'll see if that effort and strategy changes.
Searing working hard on the defensive side against Bean, kicks it around. Schmitter now with the steal. Picked up, still loose. Schmitter picks it up once again, and he'll control. Picks up his dribble here, finds Kazan. Point guard, no reset, quick ball reversal here. Inside pass, Kazan. Looked at a little shot, but thought second of it. Defended there by Todd. Fadeaway jumper, rims around, no good. Rebound, Beckwith. And here comes Farmington. Little hop back over Madigan. Rims around, he found it. I think Madigan had his hands down, wasn't really sure if he was going to shoot it, and he did a little hop back and got a bucket. Here's Eagan now. Schmidt, another long three. That's going to be well short.
Substitution for the Wildcats. In the game is Alex.
We got a substitute. Trupper in for Eagan. He's the freshman. So we got Kruger, Madigan, Trupper, Searing, and Schmitter in on the court for Eagan right now. Leading rebound is Schmitter for Eagan. He averaged about 7.5 a game of rebounds. And so we're hoping that he can clean up that backside probably. Here's Bean off the right side, pull up. He just hit one, rebounds no good. That's Schupfer, the freshman, kicks it up to Madigan. What's he gonna do? He pulls up, thinks twice. Here's Schupfer all the way to the rim. We got a foul on the call. Coach Theron Johnson wanted a loose ball tipped out of bounds, but referee, there was clearly contact on that.
Yeah, easy call for the ref.
21, Jonathan Schrumback in for Farmington.
Jonah Ask, another sophomore that we've seen over the years coming in for Farmington.
Good. 7 minutes into the game, both coaches making significant substitutions at this point. Lots of players getting into the game. We'll see how this next roster performs.
Backdoor cut, Searing, but denied there, but picked up by Madigan. Kruger from three, and he got his first bucket there.
Then the crowd goes wild.
That might be Kruger's first varsity point right there.
How fun for him.
What a great. Yep, stepped up, planted that foot, and knocked her down. That a boy Jack, way to go. Good pressure defense, getting the crowd riled up over here. The pit is getting going, getting some energy. They're happy with Jack. Now we got a loose ball, and we got a foul. Liam dove for the loose ball and made contact with Justin before.
Love the hustle.
Love the hustle. A lot of times the refs don't call that, and it drives me crazy because it's a foul, and sometimes they turn a blind eye on that because it's hustle. But he definitely had bodies as they were diving for that loose ball. But good tough guy point.
Hey Pat, I don't know if our viewers can hear it, but the crowd's into it. Eagan has taken the first lead of the game, and a lot more energy in the gym right now.
14-13. There's another three-pointer by Bean.
Well,
he's got a quick release. I'm impressed with that. Is that his second three? He missed everything on his last shot, but I think he's yet to hit the rim. Let's just put it that way. 2 swishes and an air ball.
Right.
You take that. All right, Madigan on the right side finds Searing down low, working against Wilsack. Little up and under move, off the glass and good. Good patience, Trevor Searing.
Yeah, nice move.
Wilsack wanted to stay on the floor. He did for 2 out of the 3 pump fakes, and then the third one he left the floor, and Searing was able to get it. 25 now. Conover, no good. Rebound by Schrupfer, the freshman. He's got some poise down low. Here's Jack Kruger now in that hot corner that we love to call. Schrupfer wings it around. Backdoor cut is Madigan. Nothing there. Here's Searing from 3. No good. Tipped around. Schrupfer nearly had a hand on it, but got tipped out of bounds there.
Back in the game for the Wildcats.
We don't see Searing shooting a lot of those, but he makes them when he does shoot them. Both Jack Hansen and Searing can step out and hit that three-pointer, which is pretty deadly. You got to guard that for a 5-man. Call that a stretch 5, Dan. That's what we call that. Baseline penetration. Oh, and he finds the guy.
Nice
Left
pass.
his feet.
Oh, nice rebound by Hansen.
And then it's stolen away from the back end of it. Now Bean will pick up and settle things down. We had, I think it was Bean left his feet, and then all of a sudden at the last second found one of their guys. Don't foul, they're almost a reach in by Carruthers. There's Bean, ribbon around 25. And we got a foul. What's going on here?
Oh, I think it's just a block.
Block, and
The crowd loved, the pit loved it.
I took my eyes down to look at the shooter there, and that was Conover, and I didn't see the block then, actually.
Yes, the block was knocked straight into the second row.
The eraser. Here's Schrupfer now guarding the ball is Carruthers. Bean's hit a couple threes. Quick release by Bean. Here's Schrum. Now we got Ask. Here's 21. Schrum rims around, no good. Busley controls the rebound and will walk it up the court with Schrupfer. 16-16 with an 8-minute to go here in the first half. You know, we've been watching the lower levels, Dan, and it's been physical in every game, has it not?
Yes, starting at 4:15 today, 4 o'clock today, at a number of games. And they've all been highly competitive, energetic, and physical at all levels.
9B got beat by, I think, 5. 9A lost in overtime by 1. Sophomores lost in overtime with a buzzer shot to tie it, to send it in overtime by Kai Strunk. And then the JVers lost by about 5 or 6 there. So we're on law of averages, which suggests that we're going to win one of these tight ones tonight.
Been a good matchup with Farmington today. Maybe this will be it. Maybe the varsity game will get the win.
Jack Hansen shoots his first free throw. He'll get a second one on that foul. The second one very short. Got the lead 17-16 here with 7.5 minutes to go. Here's that trap cross-court pass. Looks into Wilczek, takes an extra step, but no call. Down low, turns around, number 12. That's Domeyer gets that shot, and then we give up a rebound, and they're going to go to the free throw line. That's going to be Beckwith. He'll shoot 2.
All right, this free throw is sponsored by the Urgency Room. Located over off of Lone Oak in Lexington. They'll help you get the care you need without the wait. I also want to recognize the sponsorship with Escape With Us Vacations. Reach out to Maria and the Escape Artists for your 2023 spring break travel. Also, Valentine's Day is coming up. Might still have time, Pat. Book a trip with your beautiful bride, Julie.
There you go. I hope she invites me. As we're here, Farmington's coming in here. They're hungry, Dan. They've lost 4 in a row. Got a little bit of a losing streak, and right before those 4, oh, nice little give and go, but from behind, taken away by Beckwith. Good little give and go. And quickly ahead is Farmington for a quick bucket. Schrum. That's Connor Todd. I'm sorry, I got that number mixed up. But anyway, they come in here with a 4-game losing streak, and before that, they had a 6-game winning streak. And so they're hungry to get back on the winning side here. There's Busley from deep, runs around, no good. Schrupfer can't control, and we got a 2-on-1 here, and an easy basket for Bean. Beckwith. Getting Bean and Beckwith mixed up here a little bit. They're
give Farmington a compliment here. The last 2 times down the court, they've really been running the court hard and got some, you might say, some easy points on the fast break.
Yeah, oh, good box out by Wilczek here. We're getting out with Beckwith again. Little hero step around Busley and Schrupfer, and McKenzie's going to take his second time out. But you're right, they're getting the ball down the court pretty quickly, and we're not getting back.
Their last 3 buckets have all resulted off of pushing the ball up the court. I wonder if that's something that the Farmington coach turned around the last time and said, hey, let's push it, stop walking it up, because it's a change for them, and it certainly worked. All right, this timeout is sponsored by Twin Cities Orthopedics, trusted by some of the biggest names in sports. and they bring that same level of care to athletes of all ages, including the training house, powered by TCO, a sports performance and recovery facility. Check them out over at Vikings Lakes in Eagan.
All right, it's going to be Eagan's ball here with 6.5 minutes to go in the half. 17-24. We've been kind of back and forth a little bit. It's been runs. You know, they go on an 8-0 run to start the game. We tie it up at 8. We take the lead, and now all of a sudden they're on a run with about 3 baskets in a row without a bucket. Here's Busley, penetrate the inside, protects the ball pretty well. Carruthers now fakes the ball reversal. Kazan now top. Carruthers, little slip, loose ball picked up by Busley, finds Carruthers again, wheeling and dealing, loses the ball, picked up by Wilczek. 1-on-2, hits the trailer, wrap around, and that'll be out of bounds there as the ball kind of was going out of bounds, and Hansen was standing out and just grabbed it. That would have been Farmington's ball anyway. Last touched by Blue. Backside, nice little slip, and shots up, rims around that backside. Rebounds having us some trouble again. Farmington will pick up that extra possession. Number 3, Bean, he's a captain. Nice, strong, left-handed move. And that's number 12, Domeyer. He's a sophomore as well.
You know, that was such a strong move to his left. I wonder if he's left-handed. If not, he's really...
He's got a strong opposite hand.
Yeah, nice move.
Here's Schmitter, getting that ball screen. Doesn't use it though, goes baseline. In traffic, finds Busley from 3, rims in, off the back iron and down. That'll give Max Busley another 3. Max has got 8 points here for the start of the first half. Wilczek loses the ball right into the hands of Schmitter, 3-on-2. Schmitter fakes one way, goes to the rim, rims off the glass and good. Quickly ahead though, no time to celebrate. Here comes Farmington. Over Kazan, rims around, loose ball picked up by Farmington again. Farmington's not bigger than us, Dan, I don't think. But they're getting their hands on the ball on those offensive rebounds, and we're going to get a foul on Eagan.
I agree with you, Pat. As I look at the roster looks fairly well matched up in terms of height.
Seems like it. Domeyer is 6'5". He's going to the line shooting 2.
This free throw is sponsored by the Minnesota School of Basketball. Many of the Eagan boys have had the coaching of Brian and Will and the team down at Minnesota School of Basketball in Apple Valley over the years. Whether it's team camps or individual training sessions, consider MSB. I see Brian and his wife in the crowd tonight.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I saw Brian here tonight. It's nice to see him support. I'm sure he's got a lot of Farmington kids that go to his school too. Here's Busley to the right. High post action by Jack Hansen, hands off to Madigan. Loses the ball. Finds Hansen on the down low post, spin move up and in. Nice quick feet by Jack Hansen. 24-27 with just under 4 to go. So I'm looking at these lineups. You got 6'4", 6'5", 6'5", so I guess they are pretty tall down there. Kazan gets the outlet by Hansen. Reverse on the pass, still looking down on there, and we got a foul on the hold. Wilczek didn't like the call, but he had a hand on his hip as the ball got entered.
Eagan sets up an out-of-bounds play. We'll see if Farmington stays man-to-man under the basket here, and it looks like they are. Sometimes that makes for easy pickings on an out-of-bounds play.
Yeah, as I'm looking at our rosters, you know, Charlie Burke not being here, that puts a 6'5" kid not in the lineup. But we got 6'4", 6'4", they've got 6'5", 6'5", so not a huge difference. Liam Madigan gets a loose ball though underneath, rims around, gets his own rebound, again no good, powers it up. Let's see, gets it over to Jack Hansen. and he settles things down. Oh, too bad, missed opportunity there, but a lot of traffic down there. Got a couple of offensive rebounds. He's thinking about it from what didn't work down low. Might as well shoot a bomb here, but thinks different, loses the ball. We got a reach-in foul. That's going to be on number 12, Domeyer. Might be his second.
Looks like we're going to line to shoot a one-on-one, which gives me a chance to recognize Chick-fil-A sponsoring this free throw. Thanks to our local Eagan Chick-fil-A over there on Yankee Doodle for sponsoring the halftime prizes as well as providing the sandwiches at the concession stand. It's a huge fan favorite to have those sandwiches here.
That foul is actually on Tyler Beckwith, number 2, and that is his second. Not on Domeyer. First one by Schmitter is good. Second one is also good, and that'll get us back to 1. A little soft press here by Eagan. Hasn't bothered Farmington so far. Just wanted to slow them down as you're watching the, there's a tip pass nearly stolen away. But a lot of times you put that little 2-2-1 press just to slow down tempo. And that's what they're looking to do. But they stay in the zone here. Keep that ball out of the middle, guys. That gets pretty vulnerable. They got Domeyer wandering that middle high post area. Pretty taking their time, little high load. Liam leaves his feet. We got Beckwith from 3, rims around that backside. Busley fighting for it. Kazan loses, still loose ball, fighting for it. Farmington controls, slips around. Baseline penetration finds Domeyer down low. A lot of times that's a frustrating. You got good defense and all of a sudden kind of sloppy, loose balls. Somebody's in the right place at the right time, and that's what happened with Domeyer. But good pass from Bean to find him. Here's Schmitter, top of the key, working about Beckwith, and there's going to be a late whistle again. Darren Johnson's get these guys, program wide. When every team plays the same way, that's a reflection of the coaching. And in a 9A and B, 10th grade and JV, it was just tough going through the lane. You were always getting contact, and once in a while it would be a foul. Sometimes it would be called, sometimes it wouldn't. But that was just a constant thing for all programs. That's a credit for Theron doing a nice job there defensively.
All right, Pat, it gives me a chance this last half of the one-on-one. John Mulkern with Ballpark Realty, thanks for his sponsorship. His son Tanner's a 9th grader. He's a longtime supporter of Eagan High School basketball. Thanks for John. Please consider John Mulkern if you're buying or selling a home.
Searing hits both of those free throws. We've got about a minute and a half to go here in the half, down to 1. Flashes in the middle is number 23, Connor Todd. Just over the hands of him, tipped out of bounds. Eagan ball with just a minute and a half to go here. Calling out a play. Farmington's got 8 fouls to Wildcats 4, but I think they're more handsy and grabby, and we're getting to the rim a little bit more as well. Here's Schmitter. Tried to get to the paint, but Beckwith cut him off. Couple of backdoor cuts. Searing. Reverse pass, looking inside to Searing, working on Wilczek. There he does the fadeaway move this time. Last time he got Wilczek on the up and under. This time he just kind of went to the back step turnaround from about 4 feet and rims it in. 50 seconds to go here. Eagan with a 1-point lead in that 2-3 zone. Looking inside, Wilczek, high post. Little jumper. Wilczek with another bucket from that little open area in that high post.
He's really effective from that high post area, top of the lane. Keeps
the ball above his chin, and he doesn't bring it down. He just is a smooth shooter there from that mid-range. Here's Liam with about 25 seconds. Busley from deep, rims around, no good. Wilczek quick outlet though with Bean. Racing ahead, kicks it around. Here's number 25, Conover, no good. Long rebound, and Bean throws it off of the knees of Schmitter, and it'll stay with Farmington with 11 seconds to go in the half. Farmington up by 1 here.
We have a timeout.
We got a timeout. Theron Johnson wants to get a last-second shot up, go in the locker room with a little bit more of a lead.
11 seconds until halftime, giving me a chance to say that first half's gone pretty fast. And if we have our audience out there enjoying high school basketball, it's the perfect time of year. You got a cold winter day, and a lot of our fans look forward to seeing basketball to help them through the winter. And competitive high school basketball just is really entertaining, and we've got a good one tonight.
So far, we got a 1-point game. So Theron Johnson and I go back a long ways, Dan. I don't know if you know that, but Theron, I missed coaching Theron by 1 year at St. Cloud Tech. He's a St. Cloud Tech graduate. When I arrived at St. Cloud, he had just left, and I was fortunate enough to coach his 2 younger brothers and his sister I had in class when I was teaching and coaching at St. Cloud. The Johnson family are wonderful people. Steve, one of my good friends there from St. Cloud, I haven't seen Steve for a long time, but I know that they're listening. I know Anders and Lars, 2 of my favorite players of all time. Lars and Anders, I know you're cheering for Eagan tonight, so I doubt that. But anyway, I let them know that we're broadcasting this game. Here's a fadeaway at the buzzer, rims around, and Schmitter with it'll go good if it goes, but quite short on the baseball bomb pass shot. But yeah, St. Cloud Tech was a great time in my life out there with the Johnson family, and I don't know if you were broadcasting the game with me when we were playing Duluth East. And I shared the story of the Rick Rickard story on that, and if any of the listeners remembered that story, Anders was on that team that we played, Rick Rickard, who we triple teamed him, Rick Rickard, and they scored 55 points. He had 49 of them.
Triple team didn't quite work out.
Triple team worked really well. We held him to 49. So anyway, we're at halftime. Farmington's got the lead here, 31-30, and we will be back in 10 minutes. This is Pat Dorsey along with Dan Hope. We'll be back in 10 minutes.
You have a dog?
I do have a dog. Her name is Maya. She's a super energetic boxer. But at the fire station, we have Sparky. Sparky's used for our fire prevention events. He'll teach you how to stay safe. Thanks, Sparky.
How do wildfires start?
Wildfires normally start when the weather's hot and dry. Wildfires can start for various reasons. Some of them are natural, like a lightning strike. Sometimes in Eagan, we have wildfires start from trains causing a spark and hitting dry grass. Unfortunately, most of the time wildfires are caused by humans, and that's from leaving a campfire improperly attended or from somebody throwing something out of a car window. Some of the stuff we use to put out wildfire are our brush truck, our brush brooms, and our brush water packs that we can actually carry around into deep areas and spray the wildfires and put them out.
Do you know about Positively Eagan? It's a video series by ETV that highlights the good happening in our Eagan community. Stories of people reaching out, giving back, or shining a light on the people who make Eagan great. If you or someone you know has a story to share, we want to hear about it and feature it in Positively Eagan. Visit cityofeagan.com/positively-Eagan to submit your story and watch previous episodes.
I built programming for kids to learn about design and incorporate things like Lego parts in their building and design projects. Fast forward to today, it's 17 years later. We have a wonderful partnership with the Lego store at the Mall of America. We have a partnership with the University of Minnesota's Architecture and Design School. We've also partnered with the Eagan Foundation to create projects like this right here.
I got a phone call from Brian Kelly with Young Lego Builders and Designers about 2 years ago, and he was looking to do some Lego programming in Eagan. His model didn't quite fit in with our community grants program, but we talked and we figured out a way that we could help buy Legos, and then Brian could find other support for the rest of the programming.
It's important for me to work with youth because I really want to see them excel in the future. I think teaching and building career exploration around youth is vital. It's vital to the future of our country. It's vital to the future of our world.
Programs that work with youth are important for so many different reasons. To connect young people with other youth that they might not go to school with. Brian is working with Artworks. I think they might be displaying this beautiful piece of art that these kiddos are created. So we're really excited to partner with Brian on this.
How far does the water shoot out of the hose?
That's a great question. How far we can spray the water depends on a few things. The size of the hose that we're using, the nozzle, and the pressure that we're pushing the water out the hose. We also have nozzles that are attached to the fire truck and our top of our 100-foot ladder, so we're able to spray water really far and really high. The hand line, the hose line that you see us holding in our hands, can spray easily to the top of your house and even over the house.
How many fires have you put out in a year?
Luckily, in Eagan, we don't have too many fires because of people like you learning about fire prevention and how to be safe. So we only have about 5 to 7 house fires a year. However, we also respond to other fires like dumpster fires, car fires, and brush fires, which can be about 80 a year. On top of our fire calls, we're responding to medical calls, as we're all EMTs too. So we're responding to every medical call within the city.
Do you know about Positively Eagan? It's a video series by ETV that highlights the good happening in our Eagan community. Stories of people reaching out, giving back, or shining a light on the people who make Eagan great. If you or someone you know has a story to share, we want to hear about it and feature it in Positively Eagan. Visit cityofeagan.com/positively-eagan to submit your story and watch previous episodes.
Then we have the winners to tonight's beanbag toss contest. Again, thanks to all who entered tonight's contest.
Welcome back here, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Pat Dorsey along with Dan Hope. We got just under 3 minutes to go here to start this half. We've had a tight one here, Dan. It's 30-31, Farmington with the lead, but we've had lead changes. We've had 8-0 runs, both teams. We've had a couple of transition baskets. We've had some offensive rebounds. We've had some block shots. We've had a little of everything in this game. It's been pretty fun.
It's really enjoyable. A couple things that I wanted to ask you coming out of the first half. Pat has 25 plus years coaching high school basketball, including varsity coach stops in a number of different places. I have a question about Eagan has really been playing aggressive man-to-man defense all season long. Tonight, you're seeing a zone. What do you think's going on with the difference in defense against Farmington?
Well, I think there's three things that coaches want to do. Number one, Farmington is a dangerous team. They're a little bit big, or when we were mentioning it, they all kind of look the same size. That's why I think maybe we thought they weren't as tall. But as we look at the roster, they've got a couple of 6'5" dudes, a couple of 6'3" guys. So I think one thing is you want to help your inside game, with your zone, because it's easier to double team posts. The second thing, though, is that Farmington likes to run. I mean, I can see high transition offense, and so slowing down that pace, sometimes getting into your zone offense, will slow down your rhythm a little bit. So that's the second one. And then sometimes you just want to get change. You change offense to defense, and then go to man-to-man offense, man-to-man to zone offense. This kind of takes players out of rhythm if they're used to doing one similar play. So I think there's three reasons that Kevin McKenzie is going with this strategy as I'm watching. I don't know Farmington's team very well, but just as a quick look, he wants to keep them out of rhythm and help their inside, post defense is probably what I'm thinking Kevin's strategy is.
Well, thanks for sharing that. And defensively, we're seeing Farmington sticking with man-to-man. A lot of times you see defensive teams switch defenders as they're playing against Eagan, as screens are set or different motion, but Farmington's not. They're fighting through everything. I think that's a reflection of their physical style. What do you think they're doing?
Well, there's two foods of thought, and we're different. Eagan and Farmington definitely are defending differently. Eagan is going to switch all screens, and you look at our team, they're all a lot of the same size, and so does it matter if Schmitter is and they're capable of guarding perimeter guys. So Schmitter, Jack Hansen, they're capable of guarding perimeter guys. So if that's the case, they might as well just switch and not give up open shots. On the other side of it is that there are coaches out there that recognize that switching sometimes eliminates toughness. And as we're watching Farmington play, they're a physical team. They're grabbing and they're tough, and they're getting on the rebounds and they're fighting through screens. And I think our good mentor in college basketball, Mike Krzyzewski, who's now retired from Duke, but he always would say switching eliminates toughness, and I think that's what we're seeing for Farmington. Just we're getting through these screens, and if you can't do it, we'll get somebody that can. I think that's Coach Theron Johnson's philosophy on that side. Whereas McKenzie, he just thinks we have the same athlete that we can guard inside and outside, and let's lace them up and we'll defend guys. So quick shot, does that answer your question? Does that make sense?
Yep.
Yeah.
Two defensive updates as we start the second half.
Jack Hansen starts the first possession with a missed three, and Eagan gets the rebound but sends the ball out of bounds on a backdoor cut by Busley. Schrum, really the only guy under 6 feet for Farmington, leads Farmington here. Little slip screen stolen away by Hansen. He's going to get around one man, stops on the left wing, kicks it out to Kazan, now it over to Carruthers. And we'll regroup here. Hansen top of the key. Busley in trouble over there, gets out of the double team, inside post, little soft pass picked off there by Beckwith.
Back-to-back turnovers.
3 in a row, but here's a big, and we got collisions all over the place. Jack Hansen went to the floor hard. Beckwith, I think that's Beckwith. Nope, that's Bean. He went down to the ground hard.
Schmitter went down to the ground hard.
Schmitter went down and went elevated high off the ground. Got the block shot, but I think that foul is going to be on Hansen. We got a whistle here, I think.
Maybe a blood on the jersey.
Does he have blood on the jersey, or did he hit his head? Maybe he's going out to get checked by the trainer. I did hear a big thump, like it was a head hitting the floor. Let's take an eye on him. He's talking to the trainer over there. That's Bean. He seems to be walking okay.
I think he's got I'm speculating from what I can see, the trainer's helping him with his chin. He may have a little cut on his chin. We'll update you with what we see when he comes back.
He did go into the locker room and maybe clean that action up. But I heard a thump, didn't you? That
yeah,
I think somebody's head hit the floor, or somebody's elbow possibly, because that's hard as well. But number 23, Connor Todd, will take the free throws, because he is a substitution, and you have to, if you're subbing in for an injured player, the substitute has to shoot the free throw. The coach cannot just select any person that's on the floor. The substitution has to shoot the free throw. Quick back pass over to Busley, rims no good. And Connor Todd is going to chase it down on the left side, slowed down by Carruthers. 25, Conover, over to Todd again. Baseline, finds Wilczek all alone. Did not get that help side over on that backside. We're getting hit on that backside a little bit, whether it's a offensive rebound or not help side. There's Carruthers, quick to the rim, didn't set his feet, but Schmitter picks up the loose ball and gets in the left-handed layup. 32-34 here in the early second half. Eagan down 2. High ball screen. Wilczek slips it. Quick ball reversal. Over to Schrum, baseline, cut off by Carruthers. Finds Wilczek, thinks about the 3. Finds his buddy over there, rims around. 23, Connor Todd finds a basket. I think he got a knee in the thigh too. He's limping right now. We'll keep an eye on him as well. It's a very physical game out here. Schmitter hands off to Carruthers. Gets a ball screen by Hansen. Eagan slowing things down a little bit. 36-32, backdoor cut just a little bit behind Busley and stolen away by number 25, Conover. Todd there, guarded by Carruthers. Gets to the inside. Schrum rims around, no good. Battle on that backside. Hansen with a nice box out, but Schmitter picks up the rebound. Schmitter is averaging about 7.5 rebounds a game. And he's probably got about 3 or 4 right now. Carruthers with the left-handed three-pointer, rims no good. Chased down by Schrum. He'll let it go out of bounds. It'll be Farmington's ball.
And we have a substitution.
Searing in for Hansen. Got number 1 before coming in for Farmington. Number 12, Domeyer, also in for Farmington. On the floor now for Eagan is Kazan, Busley, Carruthers, Searing, and Schmitter. High post, Wilczek working against Searing, nearly stolen away and saved by Kazan. And last touch, we got a loose ball. All sorts of loose balls and hands on that ball. Referee says last touch, Farmington. It's going to be with Eagan. Austin Kazan with a nice hustle play, get his hands on it. Saves it, but into the hands of Wilczek. Wilczek looked for a cross-court pass, but got tipped around. And last touch by Farmington. Here's Schmitter working against Wilczek. Wilczek has a lot of composure out there for a sophomore, does he not? Here's a foul on, here's a whistle. 21 kind of grabbing Busley around that screen. Trying to look for an explanation, but if he's been doing it all night, you know, he's maybe not sure it's a foul, but that he clearly grabbed Busley around the waist as he was trying to curl that cut.
Farmington coach asking for an explanation as well, and the referee answers him, and now we're off and playing again.
I bet I can read the mind of the referee. It was a foul. Probably word for word, as I've had those conversations many times. Here's Busley on the right side, over to Schmitter now. Searing into the game, finds Carruthers. Get a little give and go, beautiful pass by Austin Carruthers. Little bounce pass on that slip screen for Searing for an easy layup, but what a pass that he's threaded the needle there.
8 points for Searing now.
Searing's doing a nice job in there, a couple of inside moves and then the layup here. Busley stolen away, got a 2-on-2, finds Kazan. I think his foot was on the line, short though anyway. Wilczek with the rebound. Here's number 25, Conover. Over to Schrum, picks up his dribble. Before in the paint, Schrum, rim short, no good, battling for, got his own rebound. Whistle on the floor off the offensive rebound, Schrum. And I think he's gonna go to the free throw line. Yep, that was on the shot.
All right, Pat, that gives me a chance to recognize some more sponsors. Sponsoring the free throws tonight, Eagan Traveling Basketball, going out to all the young boys and girls. We want to invite them to participate in youth basketball. Many of the Eagan boys out there on the court started with Eagan Traveling Basketball. We also want to recognize Steve Madden with Morgan Stanley. We appreciate your continued support, and Steve has a son on the team, Jack. He's a senior in the program this year.
Good news here on the Farmington side. We saw Baden Bean come back from the locker room. He was injured several minutes ago, but you're right, I think he had some sort of a bloody nose or a bloody lip or something they had to get taken care of, and he's going to check into the game here very soon. Here's Eagan down by 2. 13 minutes to go, working down low is Schmitter, wraps around, no good, gets his own rebound, fights in for a glass for 2, and the whistle. Schmitter working down low.
Would not be denied.
No, he got, he went up and got his shot maybe partially blocked on the first shot, got his own rebound and got the foul on number 21, Schrum, who was reaching down for a dig down below.
This free throw is sponsored by Valbridge Property Advisors. Thanks to Nate Hansen and Valbridge Property Advisors for their gold sponsorship. Nate's son Jack Jr. plays on the team this year. Valbridge Property Advisors.
Here's that 2-2-1 or 2-1-2 press here, just kind of slowing Farmington down. Schmitter makes the front or the 3-point play. We got a whistle banged around. Carruthers picks up the ball. But anyway, Eagan takes his first lead here for in the half, 37-36. Got a good stop there by the Eagan defense. Is Liam Madigan's now in the ball game on that weak side over there. Kazan over Bean. Bean was guarding him pretty tight, but his hands were down, and Kazan just shoots it right over him for a 3-pointer. Up by 4 now, Eagan.
The biggest lead of the game for Eagan.
Fade away, Bean, rims around, no good. Backside rebound, tipped last touch. I thought we might get an overrule on this one because that was last touch by Kazan, I think.
We don't have a replay, but I'm pretty sure the Farmington fans would like to have a replay on that one.
Yeah, we'll throw the red flag on that, but anyway, it's going to stay with Eagan. If we were good announcers and they were good referees, neither one of us would be here, Dan. Right? All right, Schmitter rims around down low, getting some action.
Eagan is on a run.
And it's starting from the low block. Schmitter with the last couple of buckets here, last 5 points, all down low.
We've seen him really operate like that in the last several games where he's had his way in the block.
Another steal by Eagan, kicks her head. Here's Carruthers, info, and the crowd goes wild. Razzle-dazzle. Layup off the rim and gives it to Schmitter. That was a pass. And now we got some action. Backside rebound before, kicks it out to number 3, Bean. No good. Carruthers can't handle the offensive rebound. And here's Farmington once again before. Crossover dribble in the paint, kicks it over to Bean. Baseline penetration, fade away, and we got a foul and a basket. Kazan does not feel like he hit him, but referee says yes, indeed he did. And man, what a play there, Austin. That takes a little bit of courage to go off the glass, knowing that knowing that Schmitter was right behind, it was a perfect pass in the wheelhouse. And
That's
Schmitter
tough to do.
brought down the house.
That's a tough pass to make, running full speed off the glass. Nice. Set it up there perfectly, and Schmitter with the flush.
It's unfortunate that Eagan actually had a couple of good stops here on the defensive side, but we couldn't corral that rebound, and that would have given us a lot of momentum, and that Bean shot just kind of settled everything down. 44-39, 11 minutes to go here. Jack Madden into the game, also Alex Schrupfer, along with Liam Madigan. Top of the key, Schmitter. Stop, backdoor, going to be tipped out of bounds. Last touch by Farmington.
Also in the game for Wildcats, Schrupfer, 25.
Schrupfer throws the ball inbounds for Eagan. Gets a little screen from Syring. Liam for three off the left wing. Three-pointer. 47-39. This is starting to go Eagan's way. Let's see how Farmington responds. Inside penetration tipped around. Bean here on the right side. Guarded by Madden. Wilczek at the top of the key. Bean here now looking for a ball screen. Another fadeaway teardrop from the corner. No good. Paddling around again on that backside rebound is Farmington. And they're going to control. Wilczek up top. Gives it off to Bean. 10 minutes to go. Up by 8. Eagan. Wilczek loses the ball. Here's Schmitter. He's off to the races, and he's going to lay it in this time. I think he wanted to put that one down as well, but I think he heard some footsteps and just thought better just to get the two.
10-point lead.
Wilczek, nice high-low feed down low to his post buddy, number 12, Domeyer, but great pass there. What I like about Wilczek is he keeps the ball high, doesn't he? He never brings it down to his waist.
Which really limits the guards coming in there and hacking away, digging it out, and prevents a lot of turnovers by keeping it away from him.
Really impressed with how Wilczek is playing. This plays smart. Plays hard, plays smart.
I'm really surprised Farmington did not take a timeout yet. Been quite a run by Eagan.
He's got 4 left. We got to walk, we got to travel. Little in-between move there. Bean kind of comes over to number 23, Connor Todd. I don't know that Bean thought he was going to go back door, and then little indecisiveness, and all of a sudden picked it up and got the steps. Schmitter's going to take a little bit of a rest. He'll probably sit for about 3 minutes and then finish the game out here, in the final minutes. Gazan, Madden over there. It's a good matchup for Madden, although he got a foul or he traveled.
I think we might have an illegal screen.
Illegal screen.
On number 40.
It's a good matchup for Jack Madden. We don't call his name all of the time for every game. He's kind of a situational player, but this is a physical game, and Jack brings a little tough strength, in the perimeter side of things. And
he's an outstanding football player, too, so I think that toughness carries right over to the basketball court.
Here we go. Here's Bean. Now here's what we're talking about, the switching. Got Jack Hansen on Bean, but he's agile enough to make that switch and guard the perimeter, and that's why Kevin McKenzie wants to do those switches. He feels like open shots are going to lose games, not mismatches, and that's the other side of the philosophy. In the paint, little teardrop runner by number 25. That's Robbie Conover. He picks up a deuce here inside the paint, little off-balance floater. Jack Hansen, Liam Madigan. Looking down low, there's Schrupfer, rims around, no good, controlled by Bean. He's quickly ahead in the front court, working against Madden, little finger roll. We're getting killed on the boards, Dan, aren't we? Does it feel like that?
That was too easy, yeah.
We don't have stats here, but just
number
feels.
12, yeah, I think that's the sophomore, Domeyer, who just tapped that in.
Yeah. Here's leading Madigan. Hands it off. A lot of body checks. They're not reaching. Farmington does not reach, so it's a little bit of a harder. Farmington dodged the bullet there with with the deflection, that should have gone out of bounds, but it hit the backboard and then went right into the hands of Farmington.
His first 15 foul on the Wildcats.
Then trips over a guy and gets the foul.
Number 10.
Alex Schrupfer picks up his first foul here, and he'll take a break. And
Well, Farmington fighting back. It was a 10-point spread. Now we're back to 4.
yeah, 25.
That's the way it's been all
Conover.
night.
Yeah, it's been really tight the whole way. Backdoor cut, picked up by Madden with defense. 2-on-1. Here's Carruthers with the left-hand layup. Good little break there. 2-on-1 started by Madden down low with the steal.
If you're a basketball fan, you like to see a
Love that.
two-on-one break get converted.
It starts with the good outlet pass by Madden, right? First with the defense. Here's a backdoor cut. Another steal, and he got a foul. Jack Madden nearly got another steal, back-to-back possessions, but he held him on the jersey there as he was cutting to the rim. Like we mentioned, Schmitter sat for about 2.5 minutes here. He's back in, but I thought good minutes by Jack Madden, don't you, Dan?
Excellent. Yeah, good effort.
Here's Busley, handoff, Bean, little one dribble shot, no good, long rebound picked up by Schmitter. Bean versus Schmitter, off to the rim, a lot of contact, no good. Bean held his composure there, didn't reach, just kept his body in front of Schmitter and made a great defensive play. There's a little push off, no call, but he got number 25, Conover.
Created his own space, just enough to get the shot off.
If you don't call the foul on Schmitter on the other side, you can't call a foul on Eagan on this side on that one. Here's Bean, we're going back and forth now. Hanson on the switch, picks it off, Conover.
Bean
down low, tipped around, tried to find Wilczek, no good. Carruthers with the steal. Kazan quickly ahead, Busley, and we'll reset with Carruthers. Nice ball reversal, here's Busley off the rim, no good. Didn't quite have the handle on it, still tried to shoot it. Quick three-pointer by Conover, and he knocks it. Now all of a sudden we're a 1-point game. We got timeout by Theron Johnson with just under 6 minutes to go, and we're still at a 1-point game, 51-50. Eagan leads, but we were just up 10 just a couple seconds ago.
Yeah. And bang, right back at it. Farmington comes right back. And by the way, Bean was leading the charge back and forth up and down the court. That injury did not seem to slow him down. If you missed it, he had a little bit of I don't know if it was a bloody nose or bloody chin. He was out of the game for a little bit, and he is back. This timeout is sponsored by Tradition Mortgage. Tom and the team over Tradition Mortgage. Tom's son Max is junior, plays on the team, and please consider Tom Tradition Mortgage for a new home or refinancing a mortgage. Check out the Tradition Mortgage team. Also, Ole Hughes Insurance Agency, Rhonda and Dean. No strangers to Eagan basketball. Rhonda, shout out to her as the president of the Booster Club back in the past when her son Kurt was playing. Contact Rhonda and Dean for your life, home, and business insurance needs. Ole Hughes Insurance Agency. All right, coming out of the timeout here, Pat.
So looking at the defensive side, Farmington's doing a really nice job on Oscar Kazan in the scoring column. Oscar averages about 13 points a game, and he's got 3 on the night. However, he's got a handful of assists, handful of rebounds, couple of tip balls. He's having a great game. A lot of times people associate great games with only points, and Oscar, although has been defended well on the shot, he's definitely having a good game here, controlling the tempo here of Eagan. Down low, tried to get it down to Schmitter on the block. He's had some success down there as of late. Tipped out of bounds, and Eagan will keep it right in front of the Eagan bench. Kazan guarded by Bean. Dribbles over to the right side. Back over to Schmitter now. Backdoor cut, throws it behind. I don't know if that was tipped or not, but it was behind. Here's Bean, little.
Wow.
That was a great pass.
Nice play.
It reminded me of Carruthers' pass in the first half. Just kind of slipped it right through the legs of our defenders. A great pass by Bean. All right, now Eagan finds itself down by 1. Here's Schmitter, rims around. Ball's not going in the hole for Eagan right now. The last few possessions.
It's a game of momentum.
It is. It's been runs the whole game. Wilczek, there's Bean for three. Rim's no good, over the top, controlled by Eagan and Schmitter, and he's going to get fouled from behind, and that'll be on number 25. And that's on Conover, number 25, that's his second. So Kazan is getting shut down on the point total here. We got Emmanuel Schmidt, who averages 13 and a half games, and he's got 21 right now. And so Emmanuel's having a good scoring night, but he's our main leading rebounder. I'm guessing he's got about 7 or 8 rebounds too. Not sure what happened on the whistle here. Got a discussion between Theron Johnson, reach in, tipped out of bounds, and we're going Eagan ball anyway. Backdoor cut, Carruthers loses the ball. Let's see, it's still lost. We got a whistle. What do we got? Bodies are flying, loose balls. Got a whistle. Looks like we're staying with Eagan.
To me, it looked like the referee was tapping his leg. Did you see a kick in there? Do you think
I didn't see that, but there's a lot of bodies, so that's what that call would be.
Kicked ball.
Busley now top of the key. Here's Kazan. We haven't scored for a little while, Dan. Let's see if we can't get a bucket here on this possession. Here's a backdoor dribble in the paint. Rims around, no good. And we got a foul on the floor. I don't know that that's a shooting foul.
They're sending him to the line.
Oh, they are
for
sending
two.
him to the line. Well, I thought that was a little bit early, but we'll take it. Schmitter.
This free throw sponsored by Eagan Arms, the pub house. You're looking for a great place to share stories and laughs, or maybe even Valentine's Day with my beautiful bride, Meg. Consider Eagan Arms for food inspired from far off England, Wales, and Scotland and Ireland. Eagan Arms Pub House, over by Walgreens on Lexington.
All right, Schmitter knocks down both free throws. Now we take the lead. We're going to go back and forth, I think, here in the last 4.5 minutes. And might be one of those who gets the last possession here as we go, or who makes the free throws, or or who takes care of the ball. I think turnovers and rebounds are going to be the difference in the game here in the last 4 minutes. Changing a little tempo here is Eagan going into the 2-3 zone, trying to keep that ball out of the middle. Wilczek is finding some space. Barely throws it away. Just kind of an unforced error. So back to what you were asking about, it just kind of changes the rhythm of players, and sometimes that happens. It's the errant pass, just because all of a sudden you're taking a deep breath because you're not getting hounded so much, and you just throw a lazy one out the window. And so here's Eagan with a 1-point lead. 4 minutes to go. Backdoor Carruthers off the glass and in, and a foul. Great screen on the top high side by Searing. Gets a little step in front of the defender. Great pass by Schmitter. Controls the ball, controls his body off the glass, and a foul.
Conover was just a step behind him, and I watched him try to catch up, and he slid his arm back upside the other arm of Carruthers just as he laid the ball up, and the ref saw it and gave him a foul.
And that'll be Conover's 4th foul. 56-52, up by 4. Under 4 minutes to go. Turnovers and rebounds are going to be the difference here in the final minutes. Here's a charge.
That's a charge. Give it to him. Give it to him.
One block. They were undecisive. They knew there was contact, and there was undecisive. As soon as I saw the baseline referee ask for help, I knew it was going to be a block, because the referee underneath is going to see the charge, and he didn't see it. He just saw a body, and it was close. I mean, it might have been one of those things where Searing may have been in that safety zone that I don't love, but here again, it was called a block, and 23.
That's Todd, Connor Todd.
23, Todd, is going to go to the line. He misses his first. But I love, that's kind of Searing's deal, isn't it? He takes charges.
He's got to be leading the conference and taking charges this year.
I would think so. If not, I'd like to see the kid who's taking more of them.
Also backing for the Tigers is Nick Billmeyer, number 12.
It's kind of an identity, and you know, it's one of those things that's very infectious. Searing started that early, and all of a sudden you're seeing Jack Hansen take a few. You're looking at Busley digging in there and taking a couple. And that's just, that tough play is an infectious play for a team, and it's so momentum building. Backdoor cut off the rim, rims around and finds the basket. Trevor Searing with another slip screen, 58-53. Great pass, stolen away. Searing picks it up. And now let's run some clock, fellas. Let's get this under 2 minutes. Let's run some clock, and they're going to slow things down. 3 minutes to go here. Backdoor Madigan. Almost carried it, got it on his hip. Oh, avoided that call. Here's Schmitter. Farmington faithful are still yelling for that carry or
they thought he
hold.
Stuck it on his leg. And
Bean working against, he left his feet. Kazan got himself in trouble, left his feet and turned it over, but Farmington turns it right back. That was fortunate here. See if we get Trevor Searing on the high post.
Full court pressure here, Pat.
They're going to look to trap out of this. Here comes Madigan up the front, gives it right back to the steady Schmitter. There's a trap there. Madigan looks at the three, thinks second of it. We still want to run our offense, but we just want to take really good shots, take care of the ball. Here's Carruthers. 2.5 minutes to go, 58-53. Here's Schmitter working against Schrum, back door. Their pressure is there. Here's Madigan, looks at the three. Get out of that corner. They want to trap that corner for sure. 2 minutes to go here now. 58-53. Keep taking care of that ball. We can go all the way down until Farmington wants to foul. And we tip it out of bounds. Lost his balance over there by Schmitter. Got bumped just enough to lose his balance, not enough to get a foul, but it's going to stay with Eagan ball. Theron Johnson will take a timeout with just under 2 minutes to go. 58-53, up by 5.
Pat, let's talk a little strategy here. Head coach of Farmington takes a timeout. They've got 16 fouls, so the next foul going to head to the free throw line. How quickly do you think Farmington is going to go after that foul, or are they going to wait it out and try and get a steal?
I think they'll wait it out to get a steal. You don't want to leave all your eggs in one basket, but I didn't catch the time. How much time? 2 minutes?
Yes.
2 minutes to go. You're down 2 possessions, so it's they don't have a lot of time to play defense. They got to start fouling, and we got free throw shooters on the floor. And I think when we talked about this last game, and we had to win it at the line. I think against who did we play? Was it not Burnsville?
Lakeville, I believe.
Lakeville, and then we missed a couple. Rosemount. We had to make a couple against Rosemount, and we missed as soon as we said that we had good free throw shooters.
That's
right.
Remember that? So let's not jinx that.
So what's going to happen? Here's Madigan on the sideline, still under. It's tipped away, no good. Turnover. Here's Farmington, hustled back on the defensive side. Challenges Searing, and that's a basket and a foul.
Oh, ouch. That's got to be not what Eagan wanted.
Turnover over on Madigan. Got the tip. A lot of times coaches want to teach the kids to go under that trap. Madigan went over the top, and that's where the tip is going to happen. And unfortunately, that gets Busley back on the floor, and Madigan sits with pretty bummed out. That was too bad for him. But 58-56 now. Completes that three-point play. That last foul is on Searing. Now they don't have to foul. They can just play D.
Big three-point play.
That was. Here's a trap over on the other side. We're going to throw it away. So we talked about that, Dan. Turnovers and rebounds are going to be the difference. And right now, we're not taking care of the ball here in the last 2 possessions.
I don't know what the Farmington coach said in that timeout, but whatever it was, it worked. It resulted in 2 turnovers by Eagan, and they've got the ball again.
Well, they trapped Schmitter on that backside, and then he just kind of turned, left his feet, fired it out of bounds. He kind of jumped and looked and threw all at the same motion. Here's that 2-3 zone. A lot of times this 2-3 zones is kind of going to drain some clock and make Farmington work the ball around. Here's Bean on that backside. Wilsack looking down low. Bean from the corner, left side, rims around. He's missed the last few, and he knocks this one down and giving Farmington a quick lead here, 59-58 with about a minute to go. Here's Schmitter now. Penetration. Down low, up and under, off the glass. Good patience move by Schmitter. He'll sit back in this zone, this 2-1-2 full court press. 50 seconds to go. Wilsack on the left side. Looking at a trap here. Cross court Bean, down low, short corner. Rims around Bean again. Cut off by Carruthers. And we got 30 seconds to go. Still sitting in that 2-3 zone, looking at Bean on that double screen on that backside. Wilsack, high-low, down-low, challenged by Schmitter, and that's rejected. Here comes, don't leave your feet, Carruthers, stolen away, loose ball on the ground, and we got a timeout. Timeout, Farmington. 23 seconds to go. Carruthers had the steal, leaves his feet, nowhere to go, and they would have fouled Austin, unfortunately. Tried to get rid of the ball, and it was tipped, stolen by Farmington. And we still have a lead, though, Dan, so that's the good news.
That was an amazing turn of events. In about 15 seconds, the steal Eagan crowd goes crazy, thinking they had the ball and the, everything in the possession, and a foul.
Farmington had the layup that was rejected. Started with that. The excitement started with the block shot by Schmitter.
Yes, and then going the other way.
And then the loose ball, and then all of a sudden we turn it over, and then everybody's diving right on the Wildcat at half court.
And then the Farmington crowd comes alive as it comes back to them.
Wilsack just had the ball just long enough for Theron Johnson to pick up a timeout, and here we are. We've
had some really entertaining games this year, Pat, and here is another one for our viewers to enjoy.
So unfortunately, down the stretch here, Eagan has turned the ball over the last 3 out of 4 possessions. The other possession, of course, Schmitter got the layup to take the lead. 23 seconds to go.
Farmington, I should say, still has a timeout left. Do you think they run the clock here, or you think they're?
I think they want to keep that just in case. We'll see what happens. It could go either way. We're in man-to-man defense now. 23, who are they going to go to? Here's a penetration. Here's Wilsack, guarded by Searing. Yep, you're right. They did call a timeout with 10 seconds. He'll get a last second. What I'm interested in, what McKenzie's going to do right now, does he come out man-to-man, or does he come out into a zone to show zone, and then immediately go to a man-to-man after the first pass? That's kind of the check. That's the chess game.
So for our viewers out there, you're saying that because you think Farmington might be game planning against the zone that Eagan was playing.
No, I think Farmington is going to game plan against a man-to-man.
Okay.
And so when Eagan comes out, they may just stand in a 2-3, but yet they're matched up and they're going to go after a guy as the first pass happens. I don't know if they will do that if they practice it. They won't do it if they haven't practiced it, so I don't know if Kevin McKenzie has that in his...
So that would be what you would call a Jedi mind trick on defense.
That is, but that's the fun part about what we get to do. We get to guess what they're going to do, and 2 very good coaches here, Kevin McKenzie and Theron Johnson. They're going to go back and forth. Let's see what kind of defense Eagan steps in. We got 11 seconds to go. Who are you going with? Take the final shot here for Farmington.
Well, I think at this point I'd take a look at. I'd go back to. I think it's Bean has really shown some athleticism to get open, and had made a couple outside shots earlier. I'd go with him.
Bean is their leader. You can tell. Number 3. We are man-to-man, guarded by Schmitter. Gives up the ball. Wilsack loses it for a second. Rims up. Shots up. It's off, rims off, buzzer sounds, Eagan wins. What a ball game, great defense. Schmitter locked down Bean, gave up a tough pass. Wilsack fumbled it, got him out of the rhythm just a little bit. And I don't remember if that was Todd or Conovore that hit that shot. He had a decent look over there, but just rimmed off that back iron and not enough time to get an offensive rebound, and we see the buzzer sound with a victory, 60-59 Eagan. And what a ball game. How many lead changes did we have, Dan? We must have had
back and forth 10 times at least.
10 times, I was going to say, and took care of the ball pretty well, other than the last 3 out of 4 possessions. We had 3 turnovers, but we made the play when we needed it, and the players came up big. Good rebounds. Eagan, Schmitter got the bucket down low to take the 1-point lead here. That was the final score, and here we are, and that's going to get that's going to bring Eagan's record to 11-7, 5-5 in the conference, and that'll drop Farmington to 9-8, and that'll give them 3-6 in the conference. But I just want to thank you, Dan. This was a great, fun atmosphere. The pit was all into it. Farmington's crowd right behind us, they were all into it, and just want to say hello one more time to my good friends Anders and Lars Johnson. Steve, good job out there. Can't wait to see you once again for my days in St. Cloud. And I'd like to thank Eagan TV once again and all of our sponsors. And this is Pat Dorsey along with Dan Hope. Eagan victory, 60-59.